Mr. President, why would today kid be involved in table tennis, not in some other sport?
Well, of course, first I would say table tennis is the best sport, but this is not a good answer. In my opinion, table tennis is a very good sport for the whole body, first of all, because you use every part of your body, and also you use your mind. It's a sport that needs very close coordination between the mind, very quick thinking, and the body. But mainly, I would say, because we're a very clean sport. You know, in some sports now, the parents, they're afraid to involve their kids, either because of violence, like, for example, in my country, in ice hockey, you hear about kids getting hit in the head or you know, falling on the ice and having some damage. Some parents now are quite afraid of these kind of sports, which are very violent. There's maybe fighting, there's maybe a lot of physical contact and so on. Other sports, you know, they have problems regarding drugs, regarding performance-enhancing drugs. And also some parents and some coaches don't like this because the kids can get involved in the wrong kind of activity. In table tennis, we can say that we're a very clean sport. We don't have any drugs. Until now, we haven't found any drugs that make you play better. I hope we never find so that nobody takes it. But we have a problem in table tennis with drugs, not for the person, but for the racket. So we keep it away from the body. And it's not really drugs. It's usually some kind of material that enhances the racket, but not the body. So as long as we keep the sport very clean, you know, we completely avoid VOCs, which are volatile organic compounds. So we don't use those kind of VOC glues. We don't use any material that is bad for the health. So I encourage parents, please bring your kids to table tennis. It's not a fighting sport. It's you fight only with your mind and with your technique, not with your body against each other. And also it's a very clean sport. And the coaches, I think for the coaches it's the most challenging sport, because first you have to teach technique, you have to teach how to think, you have to teach strategy. Everything is involved in table tennis. And in my opinion, those who play table tennis for a long time, they remain very alert. You don't hear of table tennis people that have some kind of dementia or anything like this. On the contrary, we have officials here who are over 90 years old. And I ask them, how you stay so young, how you stay so alert? They say, we still play table tennis.
Thank you very much. I would like to ask you one question that I ask all the coaches here on a World Championship, because I know that you're also coach yourself and that in quite a successful period in Canadian table tennis. And you saw many stars, athletes and young players. What is for you talent? And when you observe players, what you scrutinize first to announce that in your head at least that this is talented, gifted player with a lot of potential?
You know, now my thinking about coaching is different than it was maybe 15, 20 or 30 years ago. Now I really believe that the players must have very strong technical base. When I see the Chinese players, I see the European players. In the beginning when I was coaching, I was more focusing on creativity. I liked players who did creative things, different things and so on. But this has a limitation. I think your creativity can be even more effective if you have a very solid base. I think like anything else, if you want to have a good building, you must have a good foundation. If you want to have a good education, high education, you must have a good foundation. And to me, it's the same in table tennis. I have changed a lot the way I think about it. If my advice to any coach, if you're starting to coach table tennis, focus a lot on the foundation. That means focus a lot on the basics, so that the players have very, very, very strong technique, and spend maybe the first 3-4 years just to develop a very strong and solid technique. Once you have that, then all the rest can come. The creativity can come, the different kind of styles can come, some new invention can come, but the players really have to have the base. I can see now the Chinese players here, they never make simple mistakes, never. Their technique is so solid, all the basics that they have, they never miss. And when I watch the European players, often they miss some simple shots, you know, some simple things when they're under stress and so on, because I feel that their base technique is not as strong as it should be. Maybe they're more creative, maybe they have more spin, maybe they have more speed, but they also miss more often. And in table tennis at this level, you cannot miss. So I advise all the coaches in the very beginning, focus a lot on the foundation, on the basic techniques, make sure your players have it really well. Now, to look at the player and to know whether they're going to be a champion or not is possible. You can see, how they feel the ball. You can see how they react. You can see also how they touch the ball with a lot of ease, putting spin or countering the ball. You can feel it. When you have experience in table tennis, you can see it. But I've seen many players that don't have that and still become very strong in the world. Basically, they compensate by being stronger physically or faster or developing better technique. But Jun Mizutani, for example, is a player that when you look at, or Kokiniwa from Japan, you can see very talented players. But Jun Mizutani lost in the first round here, so it's not enough. You need to have that. Plus, you need to have very strong training, very strong coaching, and a very solid base.
Thank you very much.